I don't think I've ever seen another stream start. How do other streams start, man? Because I get roasted for starting the stream and then not talking for like 10 seconds. I know it's like the only 10 seconds of the stream where I don't talk, but like most streamers don't even talk when they're live. So like what the hell do they start with? They're obviously not starting speaking right away. Usually like an animated intro. Oh, that's I've seen Justin's stream start. He's like him with a pot of soup, and he's like stirring the soup, and every once in a while the cat on his shoulder throws some seasoning into the soup. Your stream starts with this screen and some banter, then a game segue. That's true. You know what's funny about Twitch? I think it was on Wednesday. I put Justin's stream on before I got on the bike, and I guess because he's doing a subathon, he has to like take the stream offline and then put it back online every like 36 hours or something like that. So not me getting on the bike. He talks for like 5 seconds, then the stream goes offline, but then it doesn't go back on. Like you have to refresh to hook to the video feed again. So I'm just staring at his offline screen for like 86 and a half minutes. Whatever, we tanked those. No! Nah, it was chill. Sometimes you just gotta lock in. Yeah, I was thinking about gay Bob Dylan today. You know, I would not feel so all alone. Everybody must get. They'll bone you when you're trying to drive your car. They'll bone you when you're sitting at the bar. They'll bone you when you won't give up your seat. They'll bone you and then they'll shoot some skeet. But I would not feel so all alone. Everybody must get boned. The fucking whack ass trombone. That's true, gay Nick Drake. Saw it written and I saw it gay. Pink balls are on my face. I wish I didn't use balls because the next line rhymes with balls. Pink dicks are on my face. All of you suck my balls. Pink dicks, gonna suck them all. It's a pink pink tips. Pink, 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 pink. Pink tips. Nick Drake doesn't deserve this? He would actually love this, probably. Take a look, you may see them on the ground. There's a pair of guys that I'm going down. Something like that. This would have saved him, probably. Trickshot Simulator time? Well, let's reveal it in the video, okay? /marker PSS. We're back. Total, it has been requested, how much time do we have in Trickshot Simulator? The answer is 43 and a half hours. But we are almost at the end. So check out, if you didn't see on Wednesday when we were playing this, check out this one. You throw the ping pong ball onto the pot, which bounces into the box. Then you use the card to flip the apatosaurus. Then you land the card in the clothespin to hold the orange ping pong ball in the bisected solo cup. It's that simple. I do like stegosauruses. I honestly, if dinosaurs were like mechs in a mech assault type game, I prefer the defensive dinosaurs. I like a stegosaurus with the spikes on the back. I like the ankylosaurus with the hammer tail, which is like, I'm not gonna mess with you, but if like a T-Rex tries to bite me, he's getting sledged, man. I like the pachycephalosaurus with the hard bone helmet on, that when they fight, they just smash their head into each other. Triceratops, I like Triceratops. For sure, man. ctesaurus. No, man, that's what the bone was for. Also, they're dinosaurs anyway. How smart could they be? Didn't they have the brain like the size of a walnut or something? When are you going to stop eating shrimp with the wimps and eat lobster with a monster? Yeah. I don't know, maybe this weekend? Although I'm not eating that much shrimp or that much lobster. Lobster is just like, it's expensive and also like can't be fucked. I'm not making lobster at home. Then I go to a restaurant and I'm not paying that much for lobster. Shrimp, it happens on occasion. But like, I don't know if this is the same worldwide. Like, let's say you go out for like Thai food or something like that. Usually like the base price is chicken. And then the shrimp is either like an upsell or a shrinkflation. So you either pay like an extra $3 to change the chicken into shrimp, or it's the same price, but then when the noodles arrive, you're like, what the hell? There's 3 shrimp in this thing. Shrimpflation. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've been to the cinema 3 times this week. With no disrespect, what the hell are you watching, man? 3 times this week? Did you see Nija 2? The highest grossing Chinese film in history? Craig Turkington. Yeah, damn, dude, that is Mickey 51. Novocaine early screening. I'm sorry. I have less than nothing against Jack Quaid. I'm really... Well, this is not fair because I could just choose not to watch the movies. However, I just can't wait for the wave of like John Wick echoes to make their way through the culture. John Wick... I'm fucking with John Wick 1, 2, and 3. I haven't seen 4, but I will at some point. But the number of movies that have been inspired by John Wick. You see, like they even have like a Christoph Waltz one now too. It's called Old Guy. As far as I'm concerned, testosterone replacement therapy for like men in their 50s has been a disaster for cinema, man. There used to be a fucking cycle to this shit. You would be like a child actor, channel that trauma from being a child actor in the like Academy Award nominated leading man roles when you were like 28, but you look like you were in your mid 40s. Then by the time you hit 45, you got like a comb over and a little paunch and you become like a goated character actor. And then later you become like the old man who's the bad guy in every movie about like white collar work or something like that. There used to be a damn cycle, but now we got like 62-year-old men that are being action stars. And I'm like, it's too much, man. I don't want to see that shit. Like, you should literally be playing like Henry Fonda type roles on Golden Pond or something like that. Nobody is pretty good, but that's like the one exception. And I still think Bob Odenkirk spent some clout on it. Extraction is fun. I'll never see it. I'm presently on... I mean, it's like fool me 20 times, shame on you. Fool me 21 through infinity times, I won't get fooled again. If Netflix is distributing a movie, I need to see 100% positive reviews. It needs to have 100 on Rotten Tomatoes, and it needs to have at least an 80 on the Soda score from users. Otherwise, I'm not interested. We will not be seeing The Electric State, okay? What do you mean he spent clout on it? Bob Odenkirk in Little Women raised his aura. He spent the aura dividends on another old guy kicking ass movie. Now, it still puts him, like, his aura is extreme compared to the rest of Hollywood. The average in Hollywood, for sure. But isn't Taken the same type of movie? Yeah, but Taken sucks ass. Taken is dog shit. It was dog shit when it came out. It's, like, even more dog shit now. Also, yes, that was, as much as I'm loath to admit it, that was, like, 20 years ago. Taken 1 was good. I don't know. I saw it when I was like 20 and I was kind of like, this movie sucks ass. But maybe like if you're 50, like it hits harder because you're like, damn, this is, I just can't, it's not fair. But it just strikes me as like the ultimate fucking like Republican power fantasy. I told my daughter not to go to Europe. It's dangerous over there. Ah, whatever. I'll go fucking get her. Bang, 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 bang. Don't do that again. Apologize. Apologize for going to the Czech Republic. I just wanted to see the bridges. I wanted to see those famous bridges. Isn't it in Paris? I don't know, man. I was a little high when I saw it, to be honest. So maybe you can't really trust my review like 100%, but I was a little cross-faded when my friend put on Taken, okay? But isn't that supposed to, like, you know, raise your enjoyment of shit that kind of sucks? That's why people were fucking with the Beatles, right? I'm just kidding. I feel bad for saying it, man. I like the Beatles. Well, like, like 2 of them. But maybe not the 2 you're thinking of. Everybody knows I fuck with Paul McCartney. He tried to hold the group together while also remaining artistically authentic. He made some great songs, he made some catchy licks, he wrote some amazing songs, and he was put in the unenviable position of trying to hold the egos together. And then the other one is George, because I get the feeling that he was just kind of like doing whatever he wanted to do and resented having to be there. I don't glaze Ringo, okay? I know Ringo wrote like a couple of okay songs, but I always feel like even those songs are overglazed. And then John, I'm just like, wow, fucking imagine there's no war. Wow, incredible. Why didn't anyone else think of that? Sorry if you're listening, Yoko. I don't know, maybe in like 1965 that was bold, but 60 years later it seems a little prosaic. Prozac, dude. Now that's a band with no misses. Both Simon and Milo brought their own fucking character to that band. Simon, the sort of like, you know, unproblematic Woody Allen phenotype, kind of a meek guy. Oh, got a sexual frustration. And then Milo, I don't really know what he does. He's just muscular. Kind of like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde type situation. Too Canadian for me. Sorry. I was trying to Americanize it. But I was trying to think of like American duos. You got Simon and Garfunkel. Hall and Oates, of course. Garfunkel and Oates, I suppose. Outcast. Yeah, okay, Outcast. I saw a post, I don't even remember where it was. It was probably on r/rap. And it was like, controversial opinion, Andre 3000 greater than sign Big Boy. And it had like 1,000 upvotes. And I was kind of furious for two reasons. One, I was like, that's not a controversial opinion. That was what everybody was saying for like 15 years when Outkast was active. Secondly, I disagree with you. I think there's an equal sign between Big Boy and Andre 3000. Big Boy is like the Paul McCartney, and Andre 3000 is like the George Harrison. There's no John Lennon in this one. Big Boy is keeping it real, rapping about the shit that's going on with the Dungeon family between College Park and Fayette, all the way down to Decatur. And then that gives the space for Andre 3000 to step in and say, like, Susie Screw had a partner named Sasha. Three Stacks is Lennon. He can't be Lennon. He loves women. We're getting into it pretty early here. Chill on John. I'm not being unchill towards John. I'm just, you ever see that scene in Mr. Holland's Opus where like everybody's shell shocked that John Lennon got killed, and like Mr. Holland's kid like yells at Mr. Holland for John Lennon dying, and then he's like, "How do you think I feel? I own all their records." I'm like, chill, bro. He literally like doesn't know you. I mean, your son knows you, but he doesn't seem like he was like a good father or whatever. Yeah, like 30 years ago. Imagine if Mr. Holland was a fucking... Does anyone know Mr. Holland's Opus, or am I just speaking into the mirror right now? Imagine if Mr. Holland was an incel, man. Mr. Holland no puss. Actually, if you've seen the movie, that's like... Well, I guess he has a kid. My man. Is there a Mrs. Holland's Opus? I don't feel nice saying that. John Lennon versus John Landis. Who's going to a deeper circle of hell? Didn't John Landis kill like 4 child actors with a helicopter? I think that's John Landis. As fucked up as some of the John Lennon stuff is, I think John Landis is probably sinking a little deeper. But didn't he also... Oh, I was thinking of John Hughes. I guess for like 30 years, I've been like, Home Alone is just so good that people are like, I'm still fucking with Home Alone, even though of the helicopter shit. I mean, I feel like John Lennon, you know, he made some mistakes that like if he hadn't been killed in 1980, he could have had the chance to like atone for a little bit more. That's not to defend him, but it's just to say like there's really no coming back from killing a bunch of actors with a helicopter. Like that's not, you can't really be like, I shouldn't have done that. You're like, yeah, well, there's no going back. Like that's a physical change, right? What is a physical reaction versus a chemical reaction? I'm not the number one John Lennon defender. I'm not even fucking with the songs, man. The Paul McCartney songs that are just catchy mean more to me than most of the John Lennon songs where he's like complaining that a journalist won't sleep with him or whatever. She told me to sit anywhere. I was about to till I looked and saw there wasn't a chair. Okay, sit on the floor, bro. You're like 23 years old. This isn't your first rodeo. Like, pull up a milk crate, bitch. Stupid fucking lady made me sleep in the bathtub. I know what I'll do. I'll get her back. I'll burn down her fucking house. Fucking asshole. Dickhead. You think John was pissed when Paul McCartney wrote a song that was like, Hey, John Lennon's son, sorry your dad is a shithead. Also, he's my best friend. Like, I think if you were kind of like a deadbeat dad, you'd be fucking furious at that shit. You'll be like, number one on the fucking top of the pops is this song about how much you suck as a father, specifically, written by your best friend and performed by you. Well, I guess maybe he was kind of like, maybe he didn't read the lyrics. He was like, I don't really know what this song's about. Hey, Paul, did you know my son's nickname is Jude? What a coincidence. I'll play it for him, Paul. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Paul. Sorry, I was doing more of a Paul, really, at that point. Prezzo, dare I read it out? Prezzo said, hey, NL, how do you feel about the Bazaar's monetization? Haven't watched in 8 years, but came back just to ask you the question. It's a great comment, man. It's a great comment. That wasn't Prezzo? Yep, that was not Prezzo. Prezzo's last message was, I love Toni Collette, which is very fair. Nothing wrong with that, man. I was talking about it in Justin's chat because he was saying like his cat got scared of him today because it was the first time his cat had ever seen him wear jeans. And I was like, dude, that's not funny. Like, that shit is scary. And this is a true story. But like, I was having a sleepover at my friend's house circa like age 12 or something like that. And we were making way too much fucking noise. It was probably like midnight, right? His dad came in and like no knock, just like ripped open the door to my friend's bedroom. And he was just wearing underwear. And he was like, knock that shit off. And like the volume of his voice was scary, but more unnerving was seeing like this grown man just in his underpants. It's like in Hereditary, speaking of Toni Collette, when you see like the naked guy in the attic and you're like, I've seen some fucked up shit in this movie, but the creepiest thing of all time is like, why the fuck is there a naked adult in your attic right now? Like that, it messed with me for a little bit. I was like, we gotta keep this shit fucking quiet, man, and go to bed. That was scary. No, you clearly don't understand. This is intellectually beyond your level right now. I wear underwear when I go to bed. But seeing, at age 12, seeing my friend's dad not wearing like the clothes that he always wore sent like a lizard message or a message to my lizard brain that was like, this situation is not good. Like it was like an instant sort of like shit just got real sort of moment. It's not that I was unaware of what the male form looks like, you know? Like I see myself in my underwear now and then, man. On the daily at least. Also, no, I never said my grandpa walked around naked. He walked around with no shirt on all the time. He wasn't walking around naked. That's fucking crazy. We're not European. It's not like I got home from school and my grandpa was just like hanging dong on the lazy boy. That's insane. He was wearing no shirt and then pants with a belt, which is a crazy fit. But he was born in like 1933 or something. So, you know, I'm not going to tell him how to live his life. Wasn't your Gramps jerking it on the lazy boy? Yeah, not in our presence, but definitely I assume that was also like his jerk-off chair. These days everyone's got their own goon studio, but back then you just kind of had, it was like mixed use. Don't hit me with like 6 question marks. If you weren't alive then, like you don't know what it was like, and I can't explain it to you. Maybe they'll release like a free VR game on Steam that will replicate the experience, but otherwise you're just going to have to trust me. Take it from a primary source, man. You think like if there is an afterlife and the afterlife is like all amalgamated, like it's people from like the prehistoric times or chilling with ancient Romans or chilling with people that died like 2 weeks ago, etc., etc., it's going to be fucked up in like 100,000 years. First off, heaven is going to be packed. But then secondarily, you think like people that were born in like the year 98,000 are gonna die, and they're gonna ask you some shit like, hey, did you know Julius Caesar? And you gotta be like, no, bitch. I did not know Julius Caesar. He lived like 2,000 years before I was even born, man. They'd be like, whatever. All I know is that was some shit that was like pre-25,000 BCE. And I'd be like, pre-25,000, man? You think, oh, yeah, no. Me and fucking King Tutankhamun and Crassus, we were smoking weed together down at the 7-Eleven, you fucking dumbass. Stupid as hell. Also, if heaven's real, it must have been a mind fuck. Right? For like people that died like before Christianity existed. They were like worshiping the sun and shit, and then they're like, "Ha! What the fuck is this, man? Ha! And then they got some dude with like a dais. Well, you fucking did a noble job of hunting, but you're gathering occasionally. You did pilfer a few too many berries, so sorry." That would be confusing as fuck, man. There's probably still like cavemen burning for eternity in hell that don't know why the fuck they're there. That's like the most tragic part of all of it, man. Or like, listen, I'm not trying to poke holes in religion. I'm just trying to understand. Like, is this, I'm assuming this has been covered in the religiosity over like the past 3 millenniums or whatever. Before Jesus, did all the people that died before Jesus just get grandfathered into heaven? Because like, taking it in good faith, there's just no way that they could have known, man. How could they have known? They throw him in purgatory and then like get him up to speed. All right, that makes sense. They had to go through like heaven probation for like 90 days or whatever, or like 90 centuries. Because I'm ignorant to this stuff, but I thought maybe it was like, if you died before Jesus, it's like we can't blame you because we didn't know. But like if you died after Jesus, you had your chance. So like we're gonna hold you to it. It's like when an apartment goes like pet free, but all the old people that live there can still have cats because the cats are older than like the bylaw. They get blamed anyway. That's fucked up, man. No one went to heaven before Jesus because of original sin. Part of Jesus' resurrection was taking everyone whose only sin was original sin up to heaven with them. Okay, well, in the whole scheme of things, that's not so bad. I mean, like, I guess the first Homo sapiens sapiens did spend like 99,000 years in purgatory or whatever. But I kind of got the idea that purgatory is like not bad. It's just not as good as heaven. Maybe like it's a little boring, but you know what's crazy is after 99,000 years of purgatory, they were probably pissed to go to heaven. They were like, what the fuck? I got like a routine here and shit. I just started to figure this shit out. Purgatory is just like heaven, fictional. All right. Prove it. Pascal's wager ass. Any comments on the Bazaar? You guys know I don't work there, right? I'm just like a fella. My country's embroiled in like a trade war right now. People are like, what are your thoughts on the Bazaar monetization? Like, I don't know, man, I'm busy. I wish they hadn't done it so I could just play the Bazaar without getting asked about it 10,000 times, but I got other shit on the go. Why the hell sneezing got admin privileges over your whole body? That's damn true, man. Sneezing definitely right-clicks and runs as administrator. An old-ass, like, Dave Barry type joke. Dilbert comic core. Bullshit fucking, can you quack like a... I'm just saying shit. Sneezing isn't normal? You know what's crazy is that, like, sneezing is involuntary. I said this before and nobody believed me, but I swear it to you. I have never sneezed while driving my car. Like, I know it's involuntary, but there must be some degree of voluntariness. Because, like, I think when I have, like, an urge to sneeze while driving my car, my brain just goes, save it. Store that up for later, man. I do it all the time. That's crazy, man. That's dangerous. You'd, like, take your hands off the wheel when you do it, or do you just try to hold them straight? I guess if, like, you're in the car by yourself, it's not so bad. Because you could just, like, sneeze and it's not a big problem. But, like, if you're in the car with other people, what do? Because you got to cover, otherwise everyone else in the car is going to go, ow! You try to, like, roll down the window and, like, sneeze out the window or something? Just hold the wheel with one arm? I'm starting to see why you guys crash your cars so much. Might be the only motherfucker that takes driving seriously. Cut to me if you ever see me at a stoplight. Peggy will come back to you. Then the shutter falls. You've seen it all in 3D. For it's your favorite foreign movie. Down, 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 down. Down, 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 down. When Josie comes home, yeah, man. I'm a different kind of beast. When Josie comes home, I'm like so good. I'm like, she's the pride of the neighborhood. She's a she's a live wire. She moves like a something with her pants on fire. It's been a while. It's been a while. I think I knocked the ball off with the card. We're gonna rent out the Dave and Buster's when Josie comes home. I don't know the words, man. I know the tune and the vague scaffolding, but I don't remember the words. He's always saying some shit that's like, you know, he's always using words like Galleria. We're gonna mosey the Galleria when Josie comes home. Call me 11 the way I'm getting played by this Millie. They weren't fucking with my jokes yesterday, man. I thought I had some good ones, too. I was actually, okay, with all due respect to my friends, I was kind of crashing out that I was in a Discord call with a 33-year-old and two guys in their 40s. And not only did none of them know what When Harry Met Sally is, which is crazy, but they acted like I was insane for thinking that at least one of them might know what When Harry Met Sally is. I felt gaslit, man. It is that famous. It is that famous. If you Google top 10 romantic comedies of all time, they're all going to have When Harry Met Sally on the list, man. It's a classic piece of American cinema, man. It's Jim Carrey and Cameron Diaz. No, it isn't. That's The Mask, man. That's The Mask. It 100% is. No, you're thinking of The Mask with the green face and the somebody stop me and the smoking and the my name is Spanish Pete or whatever he said, Cuban Pete. You have it confused with The Mask. Like when he swallows the dynamite and says that was a spicy meatball. That's The Mask, man. That's not Billy Crystal. You had those Mask references on deck? I saw it like 100 times. I remember watching The Mask in daycare, which is crazy. No wonder I was so scared of The Mask. Pretty sure I saw it for the first time when I was like 5 or 6 years old, man. Like, why are you scared of The Mask? I don't know, because I have no concept of like what's real and what's fake. And Jim Carrey's face just turned fucking bright green and he's doing the troll face. Anyway, I'm just surprised that, like, Corey knows Koyaanisqatsi, but he doesn't know When Harry Met Sally. You might say based. It's half based. You don't have to pit two bad bitches against each other. He could know Koyaanisqatsi and When Harry Met Sally. It's not based. It's not based. It's because you're saying it's based because it's a romantic comedy, which means it must be ass. But when I say, no, I haven't heard the Olivia Rodrigo album, it's pop music. People go, -2, -2, -2, -2. Well, that's because the album's good. I know! I've heard Guts, okay? It was a metaphor and a hypothetical to trigger your emotions and you fucking fell for it. I'm staying 3 steps ahead, okay? It is also crazy that Justin said Meg Ryan's not a baddie. That was insane. She was, well, I was going to say something that's kind of rude. I was going to say she's in the movie because she's a baddie. That's not really fair. She's also, like, she was a good actress for a while. But part of it was because she's a baddie. Who's Malala was more insane. I'm going to crash out. What do they know? What do they know, man? Well, Justin knows a lot about, like, hardcore music, for sure. Apollo knows a lot about video games. But, like, I'm hitting the broad strokes, man. We got Malala, we got When Harry Met Sally, we got Cronuts, and I'm getting crickets from everything. I'm getting crickets on everything. They don't know Cronuts, they don't know Malala, they don't know Bob Dylan, they don't know When Harry Met Sally. What the hell am I supposed to talk about? They don't even know Ma. Okay. Well, that I can forgive them for that. I don't think Ma was like that popular. Ma made mullions. Okay. Probably the worst recurring joke that gets me every time is like taking a movie that's not that successful and then giving it like the Morbius treatment. Not knowing Octavia Spencer is crazy. I actually appreciated that because it took the heat off of me for only knowing Octavia Spencer through Ma, and then like taking a guess that she's also in The Help, which turned out to be right, but it was a 60-40 type thing. Seen Companion yet? Nah. 1999 on Amazon Prime Video, flicking my ball sack. What's the short list look like so far? I don't know, because I OD'd on dramas. My watch list is like all fucked up shit about like systemic racism, but I watched like too many movies like that in a row. So I think like something like Companion would actually be like a nice tolerance break or something like that. And then I could watch I'm Still Here. You watched Flow yet? No, it is on the list, but I know I said like I'm like the Chad of crying at movies, but I do need to watch like maybe 2 to 3 movies in a row that don't make me cry. And I'm pretty sure Flow is going to make me cry like a lot. Goon is free on Tubi. It's literally, I don't need that because it's on Clit. Plus, I already saw it in theaters with my dad in like 2011, 2012. You cried during Dune 2? Yeah, but it honestly, I cried during Dune 2 the same way like I cry when I watch live theater, even if the theater isn't that good. Watching Dune 2, I was more crying from like a project manager standpoint, where I was like, it's so inspiring that they managed to get this shit done. Like, at the spectacle of it, exactly. Yeah, when he's riding the worm, I'm like, damn, Denny Villeneuve, you must have fucking, this probably took like 100 years to make, man. Great job. It was like, I cried the same way you cry in like a movie like Armageddon, when they launch the rocket ship, and then you get the cutaways. It's like the people on the rockets that are like 30,000 feet, 100,000 feet, 1 million feet. Get ready, we're going through the atmosphere. And then they cut back to like mission control, and they're like, mission control, status, there's a 0.6 degree wobble, over, can you check it out? And then they like go back and they're like, it's getting a little shaky. And then like a cosmetic piece of the rocket like falls off, and you're like, oh shit, they're gonna blow up, even though there's like 90 minutes left in the movie. But then and it gets really quiet, and they kind of like float through the atmosphere into space, and then everyone in mission control like stands up and pumps their fists, and then they're waiting, and then there's like the one motherfucker in the chair who's not standing up, and he's got the Bluetooth headset on, and then he hears like, mission control, this is Delta One. We've made it through the atmosphere. We're in outer space. Over. And everyone goes, yeah! Like, that's the kind of shit that makes me cry in a movie that's not actually that emotional. Some like man versus nature type shit. When the indomitable human spirit prevails. Exactly, man. Exactly. I 100% cried during The Martian. I would have killed myself if I were Mark Watney. 100%. Watching, when I saw it in theaters in like 2015 when it came out, I was like... this is inspiring. I watched it like a year ago on the bike, and I was like, I definitely would have killed myself there. When I was left on Mars by myself, I'm like, the helmet's coming off. If I made it through that somehow, and I made my own fucking indoor potato farm, and it blew up, that's it, man. Helmet's coming off. Or I'll be like, I'm not fucking driving across Mars like 200 meters at a time and almost freezing to death every day just to get like an extra battery or something or whatever he does. No shot, man. That's a helmet off situation. Yeah, I am pulling an Arnold from Magic School Bus. If that ever, I mean, I don't think it's a high risk that it's going to happen to me, but we go next. That episode fucked me up. That's episode 1, man. I'm also not fucking with Alicia Keys. Let me say what I always say when I talk about artists like this. Unbelievably good singer. My daughter right now is obsessed with the song Brave by Sarah Bareilles, which is like its own can of worms, but that's my family, so like we're gonna just keep it at that. But I have heard that song probably 100 times in the last 6 or 7 days. But sometimes like it creates the most unholy abomination of like a Spotify playlist after Brave. It goes to like, right after that is like, this is my fight song, take back my life song. And then right after that is, she is just a girl, but she's on fire. And you think like, she's introducing, like I get the imagery of the girl that's on fire, but my perception of that song is that she literally just repeats that the girl's on fire like 50 times in the song. Like, I get the imagery. The imagery comes across in the first line. But just when you think you're like, is she joking? She's like, she's really, really on fire. And you're like, I know, man, I know. Say something else. Like, it's all just not good female empowerment anthems. Maybe I will try to sneak in like Gloria by Patti Smith or something like that. But my daughter's probably going to make me change it because she's not going to know what the fuck Jesus Christ died for somebody's sins but not mine is. At least Katy Perry had a song about kissing girls. It's literally queer baiting. She was married to Russell Brand. We can't be falling for that shit. It's 2025. In 2008 or whatever, sure. Like, it was a little bit... It was fresh back then. But knowing now what we didn't know then, you did not have to hand it to her. That being said, she does have some... She has some bangers. I'm not a big Katy Perry head, but some of the stuff around the Teenage Dream era... Teenage Dream, kind of depressing when you remember it's about Russell Brand. That makes sense why she's always talking about his pissed-on jeans. I didn't think about that. Oh, you got your jewelry rings and your pissed-on jeans and your... skin-tight jeans tonight. That sounds like him, man. Oh, you got your hands on me with conspiracies and your pissed-in jeans tonight. I mean, I really don't have anything against Alicia Keys. It's just that I do think she's like at the center of two of the most annoying songs of the millennium so far. Let's not be dramatic, of the century, because I don't know, that's a long way away. But that's true. When Pitchfork does like its worst songs of the millennium in December 2999, and This Girl Is on Fire is number one, people are going to be like, oh, really? The worst song of the millennium came out like 2% of the way through the millennium? Yeah, okay, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Yeah, obviously it's Gleep Glor by Glom. Like, you're really? Gleep Glor by Glom isn't even on the list, man? We already went through this when they gave Bombs Over Baghdad like the best song of the 2000s. The shit came out like January 2nd, 2000. People were like, it's probably Kids by MGMT. Fuck you, Yoga Matt. That's a pretty good song, though. I got nothing to... I mean, I'm from the generation. It's crazy that other people are listening to what I'm saying right now. Every once in a while, I'm just like... Like, why are you here? This is the ramblings of an insane person. NL crashes out on Chatter. So the average NL live stream fails post. NL crashes out on Chatter. Listen, I know you think that enjoying chunky peanut butter over smooth makes you feel special, but chunky is actually the preferential choice. You think you're above the system when actually you're elevating the very system that you seek to be a reaction to. Get it twisted. We are all drops of water in an everlasting stream, and the waves that you think you are a part of are merely preordained Brownian motion caused by the surface of the river underneath. Sorry, I was clip farming. Whatever. Flanderizing yourself? Yeah, a little bit, I think. But like, it's genuine Flanderization. Nobody ever asked if like maybe Ned Flanders got Flanderized because he just started like talking like that of his own volition. Maybe Ned Flanders the character was like, wouldn't it be nice if I had more catchphrases? Bob Dylan voice. I just got circumcised in Mozambique. Dude, that could fucking work. Just got circumcised in Mozambique and got a nipple piercing too. There's many kinds of fucking freaks that want to suck my teats in Mozambique, and maybe them and you would like to meet. Dude, that could fucking work, man. That would really punch that up, because Mozambique is a huge fucking letdown after Hurricane into ISIS. Both songs that are problematic for two different reasons. The second one mostly for the name, I guess. Yeah, I gotta hope that Bob Dylan doesn't die anytime soon, because I wouldn't wish that on him, but also like his estate might sue the shit out of me. I don't know, this is fair use, probably. Plus, like, he maintains that Blood on the Tracks isn't about his own personal life. It's like just a play on some poems that Chekhov wrote in like the late 1800s, which we all know is bullshit, but If he's allowed to rip off Chekhov, I'm allowed to rip off him, okay? Kind of crazy that Lars is in Get Him to the Greek, huh? It's crazy that the first time I saw Get Him to the Greek when Lars Ulrich was in it, I was kind of like, fuck that guy. Now, like, you watch the movie and you're like, finally, like a guy who was maybe not that bad. After 72 minutes of Diddy and Russell Brand antics, you're like, you know what? I didn't say and Jonah Hill. That's like, they're not in the same ballpark, man. You watched it twice? Okay, well, like, I want to say a couple things. Yes, I've seen it twice. None of those times were in the last, like, 6 or 7 years. I think I saw it, like, when it came out and then, like, a year after it came out. And both times, I laughed a lot. But I probably said something like, yeah, the movie's really funny. Too bad Elizabeth Moss is a Scientologist. So, like we didn't know, man. We didn't know what was happening back then. Tom Cruise is a Scientologist. Nobody gives a fuck. I think people, like, it's like the #1 post or comment in, like, any post about Tom Cruise. I think people care. But, like, it's complicated. It's just not fair. Yeah, but that backflip, though, I'm not saying you have to hand it to him. A lot of celebrity cancellations are like they got hit by a train, like instantly, like reputation ruined. Tom Cruise is like the frog in the pot of boiling water. Like, there's simmering anti-Scientologist rhetoric at all times, and the temp keeps getting turned up, but then, like, he comes out with a new Mission Impossible, or like that clip where he was like saying we're going to save the movie industry, so please keep your masks on and stuff like that. Like, every time some shit like that comes out, he reaches out of the pot and turns the temperature down like a couple degrees. Like, it's a system that's in flux. He is taking damage over time, but he also has he's taking damage over time, but he has a skill that when he gets to half health for the first time, takes him back to full HP and cleanses his poison and burn. Yes, I agree. Crypto day trading been very lucrative for me since Trump got into office. I'm sure that'll just last forever, probably. I don't mean to be dismissive. I have no quarrel with you. I'm just saying. I always think of this, like, Onion article from, like, 2021 when every stock was flying. That's like new retail stock trader is trying to figure out how to spend his $365,000 a year salary. Audit their chat. It's a first-time chat. I have no quarrel with them. It's Haktua. They're taking money from other people who are trying to take money from them. It's PvP, man. That's why I try not to get involved in that stuff. Stocks are revenue stolen from the workers. Now that I kind of agree with. Every once in a while, and I've typed this shit in the Discord like 10 times, and nobody has ever reacted to it, which makes me think that I am suffering from mental illness. But every once in a while, I'll type something that is like, why is McDonald's on the New York Stock Exchange? You make hamburgers. Like, you're not I know you're a business, but you're not a business. You make hamburgers. You make French fries and hamburgers. Do we need to get all this paperwork and all this currency involved in this shit? It doesn't make sense to me, man. Why is Starbucks on the New York Stock Exchange? You make coffee. You're a cafe. On Wednesday, when I got my tires changed, I did walk by a Subway deliberately and then walk to a local sandwich place. And then the sandwich at the local sandwich place was not very good. But the guy who served me the sandwich and the guy who made the sandwich were both very nice. So I felt like fulfilled in that sense, at least. Just make your own sandwich at home? No, bitch, we're supporting local businesses in this bitch. Get it twisted. Your actions have an impact on your local community. Now, that place is still probably going to go out of business because the food was not that good. And I was the only customer in there, and I was in there for like 35 minutes. But, I mean, I'm just one guy. I'm not going to, I'd be kind of like a narcissist if I thought like one sandwich was going to keep them open for like 6 months or something. Opinion on the tires? I mean, I'm not a car guy, so I don't really know. I Googled the tires that I was going to buy. It was like Michelin something review Reddit. And then I found like, r/tire psychos. And they were like, I put these tires on my car and then drove 70 miles an hour and slammed on the brakes and they held up just fine. And I was like, that's good enough for me, brother. But I will say I'm beefing with the tires because they have new tire smell. And then my wife sent me a DM this morning after she dropped our daughter off at school and said our garage smells. I'm not sure if it's like leaking oil or a dead animal. And in my head, I'm like, please, for the love of God, just be new tire smell. Because I don't want to pick up like a raccoon carcass or something like that. I also donated my 2 old tires to the tire recycling program. So next time you're at a playground and like your kid falls down and doesn't break their arm, make sure to, you know, say thank you, NL. Probably that, if I had to guess, that's probably maybe like half a square foot, like a few square inches of like recycled tire playground surface. Just remember that, okay? When I start talking about like not having a clover lawn. I live in Kitts, Burrard, and Forth. What are the odds I bump into you on a random day? Not great, not great. I'm not going to say I'm never there. That would be disingenuous. You might catch me like Burrard and 5th now and then at 5th Avenue Cinema. Trying to think of what else. I mean, there's a lot of stuff around there. That's where I bought my doers, as referenced. That's where I bought some chamois butter at a bike shop once. You know what? Occasionally you can find me at Lucky's Donuts. You fucking with Jam Cafe? No, it's pretty much like my prototypical example of like, if you find yourself waiting in line for like a 90 minutes for a decroded brunch like that just to show Instagram, you should probably just like have a kid so you get something valuable to do with your time on the weekends instead. 12th and Main. I gotta think of 12th and Main. We're talking like, that's like Newtown Bakery, Black Dog Video, Caboodle's Toy Store. I'm not gonna say I'm never there, but it's not too common. I bought some toys from that toy store. Also, I shouldn't even say this shit because that's not fair to this place. Caboodle's Toy Store. You probably have to have a kid to make it work. But it's definitely on like my mental Rolodex of like, if my daughter is definitely gonna pee her pants, I know that I can go to the Caboodles and walk to the bathroom and then like have her go to the bathroom and then pretend to look at some toys for a little bit and then leave the store. Oh, you're right. Caboodles is on Canby. I was talking about Canby in 12th, man. I'm like 6 blocks to the fucking west. The fuck is Maine in 12th, man? Give me a second here. Like Maine in 12th, is that like Sing Sing? Ah, this is like the gas station. The Salvation Army is on 16th. Is fucking Afari, the Japanese place. Okay. You're like 4 blocks east of the library. Okay, yeah. I know what you're talking about. The Mount Pleasant Smoke Shop. Yeah, go there all the time. This is close to like Ignite Pizzeria, right? Sometimes my wife sends me to Thierry. I say sometimes like it's regular, but it's really just like when it's her birthday. So I get her like a yuzu macaron cake from Thierry, which is like a few blocks away from that. And then maybe Daddy gets a couple of slices of like Montreal smoked meat pizza from Ignite Pizzeria. How often am I going to find you at the Mount Vernon Co-op? A couple of years ago, once a month. I got nothing against the good people in I got nothing against a lot of the people in Mount Vernon. Good luck at the Tulip Festival this year. Best part about being in Mount Vernon for the Tulip Festival is the town has like 300 people in it. And then when you go for the Tulip Festival, every store goes, oh my God, the traffic. The traffic is fucking crazy. We're so sorry. Oh, you guys are not from around here? The traffic's not normally like this. Then you get in your car and there's like 6 cars around you in like your entire field of view. And you're like, it's not your fault, but you don't have to apologize. Like this ain't that bad, man. The line to the actual farm gets busy. Okay, you're ruining my bit. You won't find me at the actual farm. You'll find me at that like Italian restaurant that I think it used to be a granary. So it's called like Il Granaria or something like that. It's past the railroad tracks. You know the one I'm talking about? Any motherfuckers here from Mount Vernon? You'll find me there because they got something for everybody on the menu. And also my daughter loves pasta. So an Italian restaurant is like a guaranteed base hit. But I see you at Pender in Maine. Are you a fucking... That's fucking down there, man. I don't think you're going to see me at Pender in Maine. I try to there's not a lot pulling me into that neighborhood on the regular, okay? Some cool restaurant. I think maybe Ask for Luigi is like close to there. I'm not really fucking with Main Street, like north of maybe like 2nd. Newtown's down there. Yeah, but there's also one on fucking Cambie and 10th, bro. But I would say, this is genuine. If you see me, say hello. I don't even care if I am in Tangiers or whatever. Well, okay, if you see me, but you're not like fucking with me, you don't have to say hello. But if you're gonna regret it later, you should just say hi. And I know because it comes up from time to time. People are like, oh, I didn't want to bother you because you're with your kid. It really narrows down the opportunity for you because I'm pretty much always with my kid if I'm outside of my house, unless I'm getting my tires changed. You could leave me alone if you want. I've seen the occasional famous person. I usually leave them alone, but like, you know, if I saw like fucking, I don't know, if I saw Bob Dylan, I'd probably be like, I don't know what I would say. Hey, I like your songs from like the 60s and the 70s mostly, but I'm really easy to spot. People say, what are you wearing? Most of the time, like if I'm out on a weekday, it's not like I change after the stream. This isn't like company issued uniform. Like if you're watching me right now, if you see me outside later today, I'll be wearing this shit right here. So that should really take a little bit of the uncertainty out of it. Let me see what this says. You ever thought about how different your life would be if you'd never gone bald? It's the most fucking common first-time chatter message of all time. You may not have ended up being so funny as compensation for the lack of hair, never gotten famous through YouTube as a result. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong, man. I mean, like a lot of the message that you have in there was about me eventually like ending my own life because I'd be depressed. I don't think so. I feel like a lot of that stuff is kind of like baked into your personality, maybe not genetically, but like from your childhood. And I just don't think I got the kind of temperament, to be honest, but I guess it's hard to know unless you've been through it. But I do think about that from time to time. Like being chubby and like having no aura in middle school through like early high school especially, but honestly like most of high school, how can it not contribute to the kind of person that I am this day? You know, I think that if you're not, everybody, especially when they're kids, they want attention and they'll do whatever, you know, gets them attention, positive or negative. I got my attention by being funny. So at some point, my brain unconsciously was like, keep trying to make people laugh. And I haven't really been successful as of yet, but I'm going to keep trying every day with a good faith effort in my heart, man. But it had nothing to do with baldness. Like I was, I was mid before I went bald. The bald is actually like a little bit of a glow up because like I was probably balding like maybe starting in the 12th grade, but like nobody ever told me. And I don't even think it's because they were like, we don't know that he's balding. I think they were probably just like, his hair is pretty thin, but there's like no way he could be balding. He's 17 years old. So I don't think that anyone was trying to like preserve my feelings or anything. I think they were just like, that's like, it doesn't pass like Occam's razor. But it turns out there's dozens of us. That was a beautiful hit on the dinosaur. The coach of the asteroid that hit the Earth 65 million years ago. Coach of the asteroid. Herb Brooks coaching the asteroid. The Earth has got to dodge us every time. We've only got to hit him once. Now get out there. USA! USA! Moving to Japan on Tuesday. I'm not going to start streaming in Japan Standard Time. I think you might be fucked on that one. But I'm happy for you. Can I also say, the thing I push back on all the time, people always, they bat chest Japan, and whenever anyone glazes Japan, people are like, yeah, but they're like racist to foreigners. Well, yeah, but like they're racist to foreigners here too. At least they got like trains and like outwardly people are like reserved and conscientious and polite. Like that's awesome, man. Like we got a lot of the same problems here, but like not as much of the positives. I'm not saying I would like to live in Japan. I would definitely have like a mental breakdown because I already did when I traveled there. But it is clean, man. It's clean, and people are like, I mean, maybe it's minor, but I'm like, they're not listening to really loud music on their phones with no headphones? Why'd you break down? Some combination of like being there with my daughter who was 3. So having the identity of like I'm in charge of this person, but then also simultaneously feeling useless because I don't speak the language, combined with being in the country for what was like a pretty long vacation. It was like a mounting sort of like imposter syndrome that was like, you know, if something serious were to actually happen, the only thing I know how to say is like, I don't speak Japanese. They have a really low English literacy rate too. Well, like, listen, okay, I don't think that that's true. And were that true, that would make a lot of sense because it's not like an English-speaking country. So I wouldn't like hold it against them. It is true. Well, what do you mean? I know you don't necessarily mean it in a judgmental way, but like, I mean, like, it's not their fault. Like, it's my fault for not speaking Japanese. And I also felt like most people that I interacted with had not necessarily like a conversational grasp of English, but enough to get to coach me through the interaction, which was way like also contributed to part of it, which is basically like I'm so useless. Like I had to go get my wife medicine from the pharmacy, and all I had on my phone I had a picture of like a red bottle with Japanese text on it. So like first I'm trying to figure out what store is even a pharmacy. So you're just walking around like looking through the windows for like a shelf full of bottles or something like that. And then like going into the store and like kind of pretending that they don't know that you're not Japanese, like walking through every aisle being like, is this what I want? I don't know. Oh, that doesn't really, no, I don't think that would fit my needs today. And then I just keep eventually just like breaking down and finding somebody who works there and going like, I'm sorry, I'm a piece of shit. Have you ever seen this bottle before? And then they're asking me questions that they have to ask because they're like a service-oriented culture, very polite. So they're probably asking me like, did you find everything you're looking for today? And I'm like, EA, because I think they're asking me something that's going to extend the interaction. So I'm just like, no, I didn't find anything I'm looking for today. Would you like a bag for all this shit? No, I don't want it. Yeah, would you like that? This purchase could be on the house if you want. No, that's okay. I just want to go. Skip. 20%, skip, no receipt. What are we at, 11:30? I'm going to go pee. I'll be right back. Act 2. A sex man. Film. Why'd you look at the clock and say you have to pee? Well, so, I mean, I think it's relatable. It's not like I'm like, oh, it's been 2 hours since I pissed. It's time to piss. I felt like a 3 out of 10 piss urge. I could hold it if I had to, but exactly halfway through the stream is a great time to take a break. It's a very convenient time to take a break. If anything, holding it for like another hour would have been a less convenient time to take a break, and I would have been like more uncomfortable for like another hour. If I looked at the clock and I'd only been live for like 20 minutes, I would have been like, I'll just hold it for like another half hour or something. Why are you pissing on 3 out of 10? Because I'm not an idiot, I guess. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't mean to get riled up. If I have a small urge to piss, like a piss that I wouldn't have to force out, I would just have to like let it happen in the toilet, but could easily do it. If it's convenient to do so, I'm doing it. Because you never know, it could be 2 hours of very inconvenient time to piss. That's why I always piss when it's convenient. If I got a 2.5 out of 10 piss desire, and I'm at the gate for the airplane and boarding is starting in 2 minutes, I'm peeing before I get on the airplane. I'm not going, oh, I don't have to go that bad. I'm going to have to go more on the airplane, and it's always more annoying to piss on the airplane than to piss in the airport. Pissing in the airport is funny because you get to hear shits from all around the world. You get to hear the sounds of people that are having like the worst bowel movement of their entire life. And like they're adjacent to another motherfucker that's having the worst bowel movement of their entire life. My toddler can't do the piss math. You're telling me, man. You're telling me. She's like dancing around. The thing is really, she's a snake right now, okay? I'll tell you that for real. This kid is shameless. She'll be dancing around and like crossing her legs and stuff. And I'm like, do you have to go pee? And she's like, no. And I'm like, listen to me, I'm your dad. Go sit on the potty. Then she'll go sit on the potty and she'll hold it. And then she'll be mad at me. She'll be like, see, I told you I didn't have to go. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm a nice person. I guess I was wrong. I should have trusted you. And then like a minute later, she's like, vroom, like straight back to the potty and then like almost pees herself. And I'm like, why didn't you just do it 5 minutes ago when we went to the potty? But then like when my parents saw her doing that, they were pissing me off. They were like, that's just what you were like. I'm like, fuck you, Mom. Blow my fucking whole argument out of the water. I can't be pissed off at it because I was pissing you off doing the same thing like 34 years ago or whatever. Fuck. I got no defense to that. Why does everything at Tim Hortons suck except for the farmer's wrap? What I'm saying is a little judgmental. How have you eaten enough at Tim Hortons to find something on the menu that's good? That might be circumstances beyond your control. For example, I used to eat at a Tim Hortons on occasion 15 years ago because I was taking the Greyhound bus a lot at like 6 in the morning. And the only restaurant within walking distance of the Greyhound bus station was the Tim Hortons across the street. So that, I pretty much just got a bagel with cream cheese like every time. Oh, there's a Tim's on campus and the meal plan covers it. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. I mean, as much as I hate Tim Hortons, like it probably mogs Sodexo, which is not something that takes like a lot of care or craft, but did you know there's an Earl's in Denver? That's fucking crazy. You're kind of blowing my mind. There's an Earl's Kitchen Plus bar in Denver. How the fuck did they make it down there, man? The last time I went to Earl's, I was kind of blown away because like everybody in the restaurant was wearing a suit. And I was like, it's Earl's, man. Was it the Earl's on Broadway? It fucking was the Earl's on Broadway in Fur. Dude, you know what? I realized Chibley's like, how good would it feel to say, get me a coffee? I already live that bit. I don't need to be wistful for that bit. My version of that bit is naming the exact intersection in my city that some shit is on. That feels so fucking good, man. I've hit middle age. When I was like 16 and people would be like, yeah, that's on like Taylor Kid and Bath Road. I'd be like, how the fuck do you know that? And now I'm like, I know it, man. I know it. That's sick, man. Another reason I know I'm middle-aged, I stopped turning on the GPS if I know the location of where I'm going to. Because I'm like, I don't need the GPS. I know what streets go north-south. I know which streets go east-west. Like if you're going east-west, you're going to be taking 4th or Broadway or 10th or 16th or King Ed or 41st or 49th. Maybe 70th if you're going way down. Maybe Southwest Marine if you're going way down. And if you're going north-south, you're taking... All right, that's a little tougher. You're taking maybe like Arbutus and Granville, Burrard, Canby, Maine. Yeah, you don't need any other shit, man. Oak, you're right. I forgot about Oak. You could take Oak. When do you use GPS? If I'm going to Richmond, because I don't know where the fuck anything is, and the whole city is like a flat Home Depot type structure. But except if you take the wrong turn and you end up near Richmond Town Center or Aberdeen Town Center, all of a sudden you're in a traffic snarl that'll take like 80 minutes to actually get out of. That's when I use the GPS. Why is Van Dusen Botanical Gardens so far from the subway? Okay, first off, it's not the subway, it's the SkyTrain. Secondly, you need to watch a video essay about the history of fucking Shaughnessy, okay? And the Malik, are you here? And the current fucked up situation in Shaughnessy. They won't Van Dusen Botanical Gardens is in like an insanely wealthy part of Vancouver, which is already an insanely wealthy part of Canada. There we go, okay? I had to figure out the encapsulation. It's not that far. It's pretty far. What's the closest station to Van Dusen Gardens? City Hall? Oak Ridge? I guess Oak Ridge, at least you're walking like, it's like 18 blocks, but at least it's downhill. He asked the most local questions. Because I fucking live here, man. What do you want me to say? Closest one is Canby in 37th. up? Cambion 37th? What the hell is that, man? That's fucking, that's south, man. That's a long trip. There's just a lot of Vancouverites in chat. I think it happens gradually over time, because especially in Trickshot Simulator, there's times where we're just talking about Vancouver for like 2 hours. So I'm pretty sure like a lot of people who don't live here like fuck off. And then like the people who do live here are like, oh shit. I kind of know what he's talking about. So gradually you're sifting until it's like just Vancouverites left. Me, when I'm walking down Burrard Street, you're a fake Vancouverite, to be honest with you. Because Burrard Street, it changes, man. You're in Fairview, Burrard and 16th. That's a different fucking neighborhood. That's like a fucking being around the world type shit. Or are you on Burrard and 4th? Because then you're balls deep in Kitsilano, man. You're in $30 brunch with a 2-hour line territory. Or are you on the bridge? Because the bridge is fucking sick. The bridge looks like Bioshock. But then you go down the bridge, all of a sudden you're in like the financial district. It's not the same street. It's not the same man. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. What do you think about the idea that Vancouver people are uptight about being relaxed and Toronto people are relaxed about being uptight? I think there's some truth to that, to be honest with you. I think broadly, you've spoken some truth into the world. It's very nuanced, okay? Because I know a lot of people who live here because I live here. But people are stressed out because I just think adults my age are like wired to be stressed. But then sometimes you're talking to them and they're like, I'm stressed out because like work sucks and shit's expensive. And you're like, speak on that. And sometimes they're like, I'm stressed out because I like had to get my hair cut today and I was late for yoga. And you're like, that's not real. It's real that you're stressed out and we're having a conversation. Like we're just we're relating to one another. I'm not trying to say that like your emotions are invalid, but I think that's like uptight about relaxing. Like I feel like Vancouver has a lot of people who don't work who are not unemployed. So you like have to fill your time with something, and whatever you fill it with is going to stress you out just because that's how human beings are wired, I guess. This isn't even usable for YouTube? Watch, buddy, it's going up on YouTube. What do you mean it's not usable for YouTube? First time? So the only valid source of stress is work-related? We have a time traveler from 2017 in the chat. Some of you guys are cool. Do not get him to the Greek 5 stars on Letterboxd, okay? If I could time travel to 2017, that's the one thing I would say. You can play video games to relieve stress. Someone should let League of Legends players know. Oh, man. Bald at 19 makes me feel better about my hairline. Buddy, how tall are you? It's the only thing that really matters here. Ouch. Sorry. Well, we're body shaming. I've been getting heated in the Discord, man. Now, I want to say again, I'm the streamer, but I'm just one guy. So I've been typing shit in the Peloton Discord that's like, it's sus to have abs if you're 45. And they're trying to beat the shit out of me with like golf clubs and stuff. But the more I think about it, the more I stand by it, man. Aren't you like 57? Yeah, and I don't have abs. Also, I'm 36. I'm 45 and I don't have abs. That's good, man, in my opinion. The older you get, the more you have to sacrifice to have the abs. So I'm like, if you have abs and you're like 22, it's like, maybe it's dedication. I'm not taking anything away from you. But like, you're a young person, okay? Like, it's okay to have vanity about that kind of stuff. But like, when you're 45, you're supposed to have something else going on and not be so worried about, like, even 2 abs, I'm not even sweating it. But and it happens a lot. When I see like a 45-year-old dude take his shirt off and he has a 6-pack or God forbid an 8-pack, I'm like, I was going to say search his hard drive, which is not fair. But I do think that it has a very dark energy to me. I just want to give him a hug and say, you're good enough. Now, if you like that, like if that was your end goal, was to have that kind of physique and you've reached that level of actualization, that is awesome. But I also think it's kind of sick to like, maybe I'm biased. I think it's sick to like work out a lot, but still have like a little bit of paunch. I think that maybe it's because I'm describing myself, but I think that's the way to go, man. You need fat to survive. Yeah, like not this much. I'm just saying, like, you know, I got the exercise going on, but at the same time, yeah, I'm eating a lot of goldfish crackers. And like the older you get, like the more sus it gets. Like Hugh Jack, oh, it's not sus, like this is job. But like I don't look at Hugh Jackman at like in his mid 50s having an 8-pack as being like aspirational. I look at it as like it's kind of sad, man. He's just playing a guy in a suit, man. Let him, if he wants to do it, that's fine. But if he's doing it because he thinks like people are gonna judge him if he doesn't, if he only has a 4-pack on the screen, well then fuck him, man. You're 57 years old or something. You should be able to like eat a sandwich or like, you know, like some ice cream now and then. If you don't want to, that's fine. I'm younger than you. You may be wiser than me. I'm open to the opportunity, but I do, and I'm not like well, I was gonna say I'm not that like married to this philosophy, but I do also think it fucks up people's body image. Because like when I was a kid, people had fucked up body images, but like you would see a jacked guy on TV. He would be jacked because he would have like a line down the center of his abs. Like he didn't have like an 8-pack or anything. He just had like, he was lean, but like kind of normal lean, like high school athlete, college athlete lean. But nowadays you can't escape it when you're like, we got like 58-year-old Triple H has like penis lines. He's got the cum gutters, man. And I'm like, that's body dysmorphia, man. Isn't it HGH? Well, yeah, but also they like can't eat, you know, strawberries. But like, I don't think it's immoral to have like a little body fat, man. I think it's kind of based. It means you're sampling from the whole, from my perspective, it means you're sampling from the whole cornucopia of life. You're getting some exercise in for leisure and also for your health. Then you're sampling some culinary delights. You're eating dessert from time to time. Every once in a while, you're skipping a workout and sleeping in. You're maybe going on vacation now and then, having a Mai Tai. Now argue the opposite. Okay. Eating food that isn't good for you is a moral failing because food is fuel. Food is fuel. So you should really, like at this point, would you put sugar in your own gas tank? No, it would fuck up your car. So you should only eat things that are like nutritionally perfect for you. Anything else is a failure of you as it's a mark on your character, if not a failure for you as a human being. Get it twisted. End clipped. Get it twisted. Only drink things you would put in your car. Me licking the Tesla supercharger. There's got to be like a device in there that would stop you from being killed, right? It probably has to do like a handshake with the car before it starts shooting the lightning bolts. If it thinks you're a Hyundai Ioniq, it'll zap you. Oh, they have a do not lick sticker, of course. Oh, okay, let's see. Some contrition. Hey, NL, I owe you an apology. I'm sick as fuck right now with a stomach bug, and the tip of my dick do be a little gray. You might have been spitting with that one, but I hit you with a huh. My bad, brother. Yep. I'm not going to say I've never exaggerated anything for comedic effect, but a lot of the shit where people say that's not real is a self-report that it simply has never happened to you specifically. It is big of you to own up to that, because very few people will believe me for the shit that I say because it sounds outlandish, but they might believe you. Mine gets beet red when I'm sick. You may want to go to the doctor because that might be like an STI, but gray isn't. Well, gray I kind of got, right? Because I'm pretty sure like the blood suffusing the tissue is what influences the color. When I'm sick and my shit is like grayish anyway, I'm at least like, that makes sense. The blood's probably having like a hard time. The blood's thicker than usual or something. I don't know. Yeah, it does kind of look like sick ET, I would say. Not right now, but like that one time I got sick. Like with ETs in the fucking, in the tents. Wasn't someone saying they wanted to fuck aliens yesterday? Yeah, Corey was kind of going off about like, if we were on an alien spaceship, we would be fucking the aliens. And I was kind of like, I'm sure some people would be trying to fuck the aliens, but like, I feel like it's a lot of different directions you could take the discourse. So it's like, A, what do you mean we? I would think I would just be like in my cabin or whatever, like reading a book. And B, like, I don't know if you've seen the stats, but like we live on an earth full of people and a lot of people aren't even like trying to fuck each other anymore. And I mean, listen, I think he just got himself like he got himself a little in deep with his discourse and then he was having a hard time getting himself out of it. But I do think they were spitting when they said we could easily be the weird looking aliens. Like if you imagine that like a lot of other life in the universe maybe is just like a sphere or something like that, we probably look like pretty close to a spider, to like a spherical alien. Like we'd be like, buddy, we're not even close to a spider. We got 4 limbs. They would be like, well, you kind of look like a spider to me, bitch. Probably the best case scenario if we have like first contact is that like we look cute to aliens. But we can't control that. Because like a lot of like the animal hierarchy on Earth is down to like how humans perceive them. Like mosquitoes, it's shoot on sight, brother. And like millipedes and shit like that. Cockroaches. But butterflies, oh, so cute. Oh. No, you'd have to be a monster to harm a butterfly. They're responsible for 0.02% of the pollination on Earth. So I'm just hoping like if aliens like visit, we kind of look like maybe like a Scottish fold cat or something like that. Because if we look like a hagfish or something like that, it's over, brother. They're going to be like, hey, listen, we've like progressed past the point of petty conflicts and shit like that, but these motherfuckers are disgusting. We got to wipe them the fuck out. Look at that shit. 2 arms, 2 legs. Makes me sick. You imagine them crawling all over you in the night when you're in your cryopod? Ugh. You know, they say you swallow 8 humans a year when you're sleeping. Like, no, that's problematic. That's not real. If Corey was there, he might swallow 8 aliens a year for all we know. I don't know. Just kind of put the +2s in the bag. Nobody knows what it's like to be mistreated, to be reheated like last night's fries. Okay, Weird Al, here's the problem. I feel like fries are they have one of the lowest incidence rates of being leftovers. That's my 2 cents at least. I'm not going to say I've never had leftover fries, but it's pretty rare for a couple of reasons. One is they're really tasty to begin with. So the incentive is to like eat all of them that are on your plate. And until the invention of the air fryer, it was not well known how to re-crisp them. You know, you'd have to like, you could have old McDonald's French fries. You could put them in the skillet with no oil and crisp them back up again. But that's a lot of work to get like day-old McDonald's fries back to life, you know? But most of the time, like even if my wife and I eat fast food and she doesn't eat all her fries, I'll just eat all of mine and then eat all of hers. I'm not going to put like get a Tupperware out and fill it up with like McDonald's French fries. We don't need to bring all those instruments into the equation. I'll just eat them right now. Haley Welch responding to her Elon Musk email of 5 things she did this week. Rug pulled my supporters, y'all. Number 2, spat on that thing. Number 3, went to bed because I was tired, y'all. Good night. I can't name 2 other things about... I talked to a Pookie and... Oh, I'm frozen. I'm frozen again. Chat, by the way, this is an interactive bit. I'm going to give you a chance to weigh in on it. Oh, I've been cut off again. What was the last word you heard? Anna? Oh, to weigh in on a chatter's clemency, okay? Or lack thereof. Goofy ass MySpace profile image. You have the chance to weigh in on a chatter's clemency or lack thereof, okay? I banned the chatter last time we played Trickshot Simulator because my camera froze and they said, buy a new camera, you millionaire. So why did I ban them? A, annoying ass comment. Pocket watching, that you could even put that in B. 3, or C, it's not the camera, it's the cam link. So you don't even know what you're talking about. The camera is totally fine. The vibes are bad. So they made an unban request. And in the unban request, they apologized a little bit, but they also said, you have to admit he is thrifty, which is very annoying. So then that unban request caused me to investigate more of their chat messages. And they've been chatting for like 2 years, but I kid you not, like 50% of the chat messages are like, buy a new piece of equipment. Like I'll give it to you straight up here. So like over 2 years, they've been like half of their messages are telling me to like buy something new and then using millionaire as a pejorative. Also, they have StarCraft 2 in their name. Like literally, so get a better camera, you goddamn stingy millionaire. That was March 5th. The comment they made before that on March 3rd, just buy the mango lassi. That was me talking about my order at an Indian restaurant and saying, I'm not paying $9 for a mango lassi. I'll just have water or a Diet Coke instead. So like, this is crazy, man. Then I played StarCraft against Day 9 once. So we must have said Sean Plot. Let me just, I need to pop this out here for a second, okay? Now there's a few things here. Practice 2 for the love of God. Practice 2 for the love of God. You see the NL Radiohead post? Towerfall was goated. Environment does imprint on your DNA forehead. This is parent propaganda. I'm scrolling back a little bit. Maybe 50% was not a fair comparison. But I'm telling you, there's more. Like natural gas is 65% of the market cap for energy. Bro, you suck at computers. Get wrecked. Canada sucks. People on your subreddit are mentally ill. How much RAM do you have? It seems like you only have 16 gigs. Your PC sucks. Your PC sucks shite. Jackbox is the worst game to watch. Why are you complaining? You're a millionaire playing games on Twitch. So that's October 2024. What is your CPU? Why aren't you at TwitchCon? This is my 12th day in a row of spamming for you to get a new computer. Day 10 of spamming, get a new computer. At least buy a new CPU. Bro, get a new computer. Holy shit. Do people really care about Oasis? An hour after that, get a new computer, you cheapskate. Why is Twitch doing stories like Instagram? Why do you and Dan make fun of Squeak so much? When are you we're back in July. Why are you not getting a new computer, you fucking cheapskate? Bro, I'm not gonna lie, it's hard to watch. Get a new computer, guy. This is back in June. When are you going to get paid to watch commercials like other Twitch streamers? By the way, get a new computer. Yo, NL, I got the cutie working at the doctor's office in trouble for macking it to her. Do I still got a shot? Bro, please get a new computer. Holy. Bro, get a new PC. You fucking millionaire. Get a new PC, you fucking millionaire. This is May 2024. It's kind of funny that it's called rhinoplasty. Okay, I saw that one last night too, and he was fucking spitting with that one. That is real. It is funny that it's called rhinoplasty. I can't be mad at that one. Can you get past this baby game? When you fill out a form with boxes, does an X mean yes or no? That's a good question, man. That's a good question. Capitalism has failed you. Oh, ADHD game, not this ADHD game. He's talking about Balatro. New ADHD game of the week, not this game. Balatro sucks to watch, bro. It's hella ADHD. ADHD, Rush is overrated. Bro, please, this game's ADHD. Bro, buy a new computer. Get a free Starforge PC at least. Do you have an Intel Celeron? This is January 30th, 2024, man. He's been on it for like a year, man. Are you going to finally get a new computer to take advantage of AV1 encoding? I don't even know what this means, man. Anyway, so I don't know. I just read those messages for like 10 minutes. There are more. Did you see Wubby's $14,000 Magic the Gathering pack? Oh, they found the channel from Schooled. It's all coming clear now. I scrolled back far enough to get to the origin story, and I'm like, okay. So it's one of those things. Usually I show clemency, man. Like if they had said something like kind of insulting to me, and I looked through the rest of the chat history, and it was good vibes, that's an easy on-ban request. But like almost every single message was like really annoying. So like it's almost like if the on-ban request had just said like, I'm sorry, I probably would have just clicked it because it's like easy. There's like 2 years of like insanely annoying messages in there. And I'm not talking about the ones that reference squeaks specifically. You do have a Celeron though? Yeah. You can be right and be annoying. Like I am bald. There's no doubt about that. But Rush is not overrated. That's too far. It's also great to do a bit where you know they're going to turn on the chatter. Because like halfway through the chat history, they just have like 100 messages in a row that are hating on Balatro. You might defend him for hating on me a little bit, but as soon as he went in on Balatro, I saw the messages were scrolling by at like 1,000 messages a second. Mods, put a tariff on this guy. Did you see the Where My Backup Singers video? I wasn't gonna read the message out until someone replied and said, my wife is obsessed with that video right now. Okay, so now that's basically like a +2 from a chatter.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are privileged to have as our special honored guest.
Damn, they were not fucking around with the audio mixing in 1996, huh? This shit sounds like fucking garbage. Sounds fucking horrible, man.
This evening, the dynamic Patti LaBelle.
Woo!
Patti's recording and acting career has pushed her to the pinnacle of show business. Here to sing this Christmas is Patti LaBelle.
Yeah, man.
Welcome.
You mentioned that part. This video is like 4.5 minutes long, just for the record. So it's really just getting started. Wait, John Legend didn't write this fucking song, man? I thought this was like an original John Legend bit. I didn't know this was old. Yeah. When?
This Christmas. Where my background singers? Woo! Oh, baby, and there's the wrong words on the cue cards. I don't know the song. This Christmas.
Damn, she's just like me, man. She's just like me. By the way, when she says, where's my background singer, the camera is like way zoomed out, and behind her is 3 rows of completely empty bleachers. That definitely seems like maybe there was supposed to be like a choir or something back there, but there is nobody there.
I'm gonna have them all I can, because I don't have the right words and I have no background singers.
Damn, she's a pro, man. Oh man, she's a pro, dude. She's like improvising to the exact beat of the song. Yeah, it's honestly, it seems like her concerns were completely valid. I do like those videos in that genre. You guys ever see Looking for a City? You've never heard worst church singer ever, man sings Looking for a City from 13 years ago?
Next and final song is going to be Savior, and our love was true. Come, Holy Spirit.
Wait for it.
Our homes renewed.
Oh, that's pre-modulation. Well, it's just like it's that for like 4 minutes. Let's skip like 2 minutes ahead.
Where the sainted millions never say goodbye. There will meet our Savior.
And then go one, please change the key. Go one more up.
Come, Holy Spirit, o'er our homes renewed. Looking for a city.
Yes, man.
Where we'll never die.
That shit is like inspirational, man. Yes, sir. I saw that shit in a Ray William Johnson video. I believe that. We will never die. I think it's a bit though, because like I think it's an alt comedy bit, because he does intro it by saying like he sang this song in a singing competition where he like came in first place, and he mentions the guy that he beats by name.
Well, this next and final song is going to be one that has made me pretty famous over the last few years. It has took me a lot of places I didn't think I would be at. But it was the first time on stage, New Year's Eve 2002, with one of the best quartets out there today, Brian Free and Assurance. And I was privileged to be able to sing this one with Brian Free. And I don't know if I beat him that night or not, but ever since then we've had competitions. I've wore him out. Not to make me look good or anything, but that's what happened.
which is like it's just too much character building for me to believe that it's not deliberate. But well, you know, all jokes have a little bit of truth in them. I saw that localthunk very graciously told the story of okay, I'm not being humble. I did not do anything to contribute to Balatro. All I did was play a great game. Then sometimes people come in and they go, did you see that localthunk gave you like a hat tip in the Balatro shit? And I'm like, he didn't have to do that. It's nice of him to do that, but I didn't do anything. Like, I'm the dude in the ice cream supply chain who's like eating the ice cream. And then people are like, wow, you're so like based for eating that ice cream. And I'm like, of course I ate the ice cream, bro. It tastes good. It's ice cream. But it was nice of him to tip the hat. Cis man can't take a compliment. That's problematic. I'm sure there's trans men who can't take compliments either. It's fucked up that you had to bring that into it, honestly. But don't worry, I'll leap to the defense, okay? Because I don't want that problematic shit in my chat. You got to open your mind. I'm Ace. I don't really know about all that, but God bless. All I know is that Apollo uses that as like a get out of jail free card when I'm making fun of him. Like, I'll suggest something about his sexuality, and then he's like, actually, I'm Ace. And I'm like, shut up, bro. Just take the hit. You don't have to pull that shit out and make everybody think like I'm a bad person or have like a problematic belief or something. That's not really fair to like me. You are not an ally? I'm like the second best ally. Best ally would probably be like more down in the trenches, I guess. But I'm like, I'm a good ally. I think I'm a good ally, man. Top 10, easy. I could take that. You gotta stop calling bottoming PvP. Listen, I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth. It seems like every time I talk about like the culture of gay men are like, this is a really fun conversation. And then it's a bunch of like straight guys who are like, you can't say that. And I'm like, buddy, sit your straight ass down. We're talking, okay? Sit your straight ass down and listen. Because like, to me, as a man who is straight, I would not have expected that there's a surplus of bottoms and a dearth of tops. Now, when you roll it around in your head a little bit, it kind of makes sense. People are like, whoa, wait, he's based? And then I'm about to say the most unbased thing of all time? Because it's like less work, right? So why wouldn't you want to do like less work? Well, I don't know. I don't know if that's true. It can be. It's more work. Like more work in advance or more work in the moment. I don't know. It's just a world that's like so foreign to me. I'm just very curious about it. I just have like an intellectual curiosity. I'm just not like interested in learning on the job, I guess. But like Wikipedia.org/gay sex. You know, there's curious. Lot to learn here. Lot to learn on this website. That's about all I got. But I kind of thought I was spitting when I actually said that a lot of straight guys think it would be easier to be gay, but I think it would be harder to be gay because the gay guys are hotter, so your competition is hotter. I think that makes sense, man. And the only rebuttal that I got was question marks. So to me, it seems like I must have been spitting. A lot of gay guys commented that it's more about the penis. That's crazy. Because that like doesn't factor into my decision-making process at all. I can't really put myself in the mindset, I guess. If anything, like I think if I had the switch flipped, I think I would have to be like, I probably have a preference for like really tiny ones because I just don't know how I'm built back there. Like I think I got to go through like, you know, some acclimation process at least first before. Not really. Don't you split your pants all the time? Yeah, but it's not because of the hole. I think. I don't know. There are some times where I've been like, maybe it's because I fart and the fart particles like weaken the fabric and then it makes them like more prone to split. But even that's not necessarily like that related to the hole. I think it's more related to like the gas composition of my colon or whatever. What do you mean am I ovulating? There's been a lot of horny talk. You think Kinsey had to deal with this shit when he went to work? When he was at fucking Columbia? Wow, Kinsey doing studies on sex again. Well, you fucking pervert, you fucking horn dog. It's a problematic line of thinking, man. This is like medicine or something, anthropology. I don't know. You have a biology degree? Yeah, but it's a bachelor's. Real academics, no. It's kind of just like, it's like expensive daycare, more or less. I suppose, I didn't even say it right, whatever. You ever thought about becoming an espresso at home guy? You might not have drawn this line because you don't care about my life as much as I do, which is good. But when you look at like my computer, it's not good, but it's good enough. My Bluetooth headphones that I bought for $18, not good, but good enough. You know, I'm very much a function. Like when we order pizza, we usually order like Papa John's. Is it the best pizza in the world? No. Does it fill you up? Yeah, man. So like I'm very much the true nature of my personality is like if I reach a base level of satisfaction with a product, that's like 95% of the joy that can be gleaned for me from that product. The other 5%, I don't have a lot of patience for the litigating, whether I could enhance the idea by getting like an espresso machine at home. I'm happy, where I am with the prepackaged cold brew, to be honest. I'm very much like a hobbies are I was going to say hobbies are a little different, but they're kind of not, man. Cuz like I ride the bike all the time. People are always like psychically beating the shit out of me and going, do you really ride in gym shorts and like old athletic t-shirts? And I'm like, yeah, man. Sometimes I even ride with cotton t-shirts on and like basketball shorts. Like I'm dressed like Adam Sandler on the bike. No bibs, no nothing. Like, now a bib might hit the spot maybe, but I don't know. I just don't. It's like I focus on the bulk, I guess, instead of the margin. Prepackaged cold brew too expensive, though? Okay, motherfucker. If you're gonna use my wealth as a pejorative, you have to also allow me to use it as a weapon in some circumstances, okay? It goes both ways. If I'm gonna take the hit for not buying a new computer, even though I've got a lot of subscribers, then I also get to say, like, sometimes I pay for convenience, okay? You're not arguing in good faith. Sounds like you're easy to buy gifts for. That was so close, dude. I know you're being sarcastic, and I support that. Because I think my wife would tell you I'm pretty hard to buy gifts for. But it's like, I feel for people who feel compelled, like obligated to buy me gifts. Because my wife will be like, what do you want for like your Christmas or your birthday? And I'm like, I have everything I need in life. I don't want anything. And I'm sure in her head, she's going like, shut the fuck. Can you just be like a jacket or something? But like, I rarely feel the want, man. Like the pull that's like, I need to have this thing or this experience. So what she'll do is like, well, yeah, she got me the Peloton for Christmas one year. That was a GOAT, man. I wouldn't have bought that for myself. Ended up being a great purchase. And then, like, I had the same phone for, like, 5 years. And she was like, what do you want for your birthday? And I was like, you don't have to get me anything. She got me a new phone. And I was like, that's a good gift. Because there are things that, like, I would not buy for myself that probably would marginally improve my quality of life. So she's gotten very good at it. My in-laws use the dishwasher as storage for plastic cups no one uses. That would definitely piss me off. Isn't there like a culture that keeps food in the oven as like a second pantry? My in-laws do that? No, yeah. Ohio? No, I've read about it on the front page of the internet, man. That there's like a culture where like every once in a while, like their kids will come home from college and they'll turn on the oven and smell smoke and then open the oven door and there's like a bunch of cereal and shit in the oven. Why? Because it's like, God, I guess they don't use their oven very often and they need another place to keep their food that's like out of sight, man. I'm not saying there's not a good logical reason for it, but Okay, well, I'm outing myself because we do keep our baking trays in the oven. So when you preheat the oven, you do have to take out the baking trays. The real question is probably why we have like 6 baking trays when I would say once every 5 years, I cook 2 things in the oven at the same time. Like, we should really just have one baking pan. It's not like I'm ever going into that shit like John Wick. Like, what's the right tool for the job? I'm basically like, just give me the pan every time. Never bake lots of cookies? Nah, man, nah. It's one of those things. I tried to do it maybe like, I don't know, last Christmas or last Easter. I bought like a bunch of cookie dough and then was like, just the Pillsbury stuff that's like pre-made basically. And I was like, honey, do you want to make cookies? And she was like, at the grocery store, she was like, yeah, it's all I've ever wanted in my whole life. As soon as we got home, she was like, I'm not fucking with the cookie dough. And I was like, damn. Oh! I think I threw 3 cards after the card made it into the clothespin, man. It looks horrible. It looks the clip looks absolutely awful. Like, for all the work that you put in, you can't put this on YouTube. It looks horrendous. But I'm not running it back. That was like really hard. It also, the audio from it landing in the clip plays like half a second before the card gets into the clip. But whatever, man. We'll take those. That was an over the bar? Let me see this again. That is crazy. It was over the bar. Dude, we're on the last trick shot, man. Bounce ball dart. Damn, the ping pong ball's got some motion, man. So I'm assuming, for its credit, this is the 16th trick shot, I think. And this is the first one where I don't know really what they're asking. I'm assuming you have to hit the dart through the ping pong ball into the dartboard. Oh, there's a cup. I didn't even see the cup. You bounce it, you throw it. Oh my God! You land the dart on the dartboard and the cup into the ball into the cup. Like, this is honestly one of the hardest games I will have ever completed if I complete it. Also one of the most pointless, which I think there's like, I mean, you're right. Whoever said it was like a Flanderization of myself is spitting. But it's also like, it's a genuine Flanderization. Because I'm like, this seems spiritual to me, man. They're all equally pointless. That's fucking true. And this game helped me realize it, man. This game, it takes me back. I'm already given like the epilogue. It takes me back to like being a little kid and being like, I want to play video games because they're fun. Like, I'm having fun moment to moment. Instead of just like, oh, if I get on quick, I can finish my dailies and then get 1 extra rank ticket just in time for the battle pass to roll over. And I was fucking going off in the Bazaar yesterday. I don't get it. I hit 10 wins 2 times. I even had a perfect game. I didn't get a rank ticket. And you don't get a free rank ticket every day either. Maybe they didn't give me a rank ticket because I started with Shiny Silencer, which is the best start I think you could possibly have in the game. It gives you double the damage bonus and also an extra 25% cooldown reduction even at the bronze level, which is crazy. But where's my rank ticket, man? I can't get the fucking... Chibli, were you here for the John Legend song? I can't get it out of my head, man. Got his fucking red suit with the black turtleneck going in my head. He's dancing with the microphone stand and doing the thing where he puts like one hand up and snapping while he sings. He's haunting my fucking psyche right now, man. This Christmas.
Why the Saint millions never say goodbye. There will meet our Savior almost here. Come. That's all I'm doing.
I forgot about that part. Have you ever seen the video? He's dressed, by the way, he's dressed exactly like Peter Griffin. Chibley, you got any other classic videos? And do not fucking talk about GTA 5 gameplay, but in China, reimagined by AI. That video's still, you lost a little aura for me. It's kind of problematic. You want the AI video to be good? Listen, buddy, okay? I gave you a fucking bubble shield and this video popped it. Give me a fucking coffee. Chibley, thoughts, by the way? I realized that I don't need to say get me a coffee because I already have my like middle-aged man stim that makes me feel good, which is whenever somebody mentions like, hey, NL, have you ever been to place in Vancouver? Saying the exact cross street that it's on, like the exact intersection, it feels to me exactly the same as saying like, get me a coffee. Like you'd be like, oh yeah, the Toys R Us on Broadway and Fur. You could even say like up on Broadway and Fur. I don't even think that's right, by the way, but I don't know. The tree streets get very confusing. You ever been to the Gucci store? Yeah, on Georgia and Georgia and Howe, maybe. No, I don't. Those don't cross. Those are parallel. Fuck! You ever been to Zulu Records? Yeah, on West 4th and West 4th and Trafalgar or something. That's a tough one. You're blowing it. I'm not a taxi driver. It's West 4th and Maple. Fuck! I've never been, though. Want it on my desk by the end of the day. Can you imagine the aura to have an office and like press the button on your intercom and say like, don't say a woman's name. Don't say a woman's name. Jeff, could you come in here for a second? That would feel so fucking good to hold that button down and like tell someone else what to do. Why couldn't it be a woman? Because men have already spent 2 millenniums telling women what to do. It's time to sit our hairy asses down and listen for once. I know I did this bit before, but it's like, I do think about it every time I think about The Apartment. Now, The Apartment is a movie, and it's like a satirization. I was like, damn, no wonder there's people out there that hate men. Look at this shit our grandpas were getting up to in the damn office, man. Drunk at work every fucking day, renting out their apartment as like a sex hotel for their bosses who are like all cheating on their wives with their secretaries and shit. Straining spaghetti through a tennis racket doesn't make any fucking sense, man. I wish I hadn't thought it, but now I have to say it. It's crazy watching The Apartment and being like, damn, Shirley MacLaine. Like, life in a cosmic sense is very short. But like when you watch an old movie and there's a person in the movie that's an adult and they're still alive, you're like, damn, it's actually kind of long as fuck. Shut up and throw the ball. All right, I know my place. Clint Eastwood? Clint Eastwood is a damn fossil. And I mean that as a compliment, except for like some of the elements of his life. Dick Van Dyke, you're absolutely right. He plays an old guy on Columbo. The episode aired in like 1976 or something like that. He's like 102 fucking years old and he's still like, he's got the motion. He's lived long enough that his name has become insanely funny. I bet in 1933 or something like that, nobody was like, wow, what a strange name. They were probably like, yeah, that's Dick Van Dyke. I don't know, of the Van Dyke family. But like in 2025, that's a fucking funny name, man. It's like when you hear a Christmas song from the 1930s and they like describe spending time with your family as gay. You're like, man, they didn't know. Or maybe he did. And Bing Crosby's being surprisingly progressive. Gene Hackman died on the same day my new nephew was born. You ever listen to Live? Lightning crashes. An old actor dies. The confusion levels heads and gives birth to your nephew down the hall. Oh, my feeling coming back again. Like the rose placenta falls to the floor. Gene Hackman open his eyes. What does he say? Something like that. He doesn't sail. Pale blue colored eyes. And the placenta down the hall. The confusion settles in and levels heads at the placenta down the hall. I fucking hate this song, by the way, but I know every word because it was like my favorite song when I was in 7th grade. Because a girl I had a crush on sent it to me on MSN Messenger file sharing. Is that an actual song? Bro, it's like probably one of the most popular songs for the year that it came out. It's a 90s like alt-rock staple. Fat Depeche Mode be like my own personal pizza. That's good, man. What land the joke though? What's the line that replaces like reach out and touch faith? Reach out and touch food. That's like so my toddler coded. I'll be like hitting her with like a great. She's like, let's write this song. She's listening to a lot of Somebody's Watching Me. You know, the Rockwell one that's completely carried inexplicably by a Michael Jackson chorus. And I'll be like, starts with like, I'm just an average man with an average life. I work from 9 to 5. Hey man, I pay the price. And then she wants to do like a Minecraft parody. So I'll like, while I'm driving, I'm thinking to myself and I'm like, I'm just an average Steve with an average bass. I've got a diamond pick. I've got a pressure plate. And she's like, nah, how about this? I'm just an average man with an average mine. I mine from 9 to 5. Hey man, I mine the mine. And I'm like, yeah, that's good too. That's good too. But at the same time, I can't help but think that mine had a little bit more variance, which is like an important element to it. You can't just replace like the end of every line with mine. But she's very attached to her own made up lyrics. So I've been listening to a lot of Somebody's Watching Me, man. People say I'm crazy, just a little touch, but maybe showers remind me of Psycho too much. That's why. And then fucking Michael Jackson carries the. Did Michael Jackson owe money to the mafia or something? Like, why is he on that song? Oh, he's like his cousin. Okay. It's just kind of like a surprise. Like, the song would not be noteworthy at all without Michael Jackson, I think. I like when he says he's in the Twilight Zone. So why do I always feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone? And you know what's crazy is that I bet Michael Jackson went into the studio and did that shit in like one take. Like he was halfway to the exotic pet store after eating a fucked up lunch. And he was like, yeah, I'll swing by. And it's before he started sucking on his teeth between every line too. You're hurting him. Oh, yeah. Did he eat fucked up lunches? I'm just assuming. He seems like an eccentric individual. Oh. His hair did catch on fire. That's one of the things I learned on the front page of the internet, man. Apparently, his hair caught on fire at the exact midpoint of his life, which is, if true, is fucking crazy. At least if you delineate it by days. I think it's like scientists haven't figured it out, but it's maybe just like his dancing was too good. Or maybe he was overheating and that's why he has to make those noises in between his singing. Like he's venting, man. Not in like a sus way, but like that's when he learned how to like cool down. I can't do it, but I like when he. Dude, I would love to watch like not a 10-hour long video, but like a 2-minute video that's just the Michael Jackson like idle animation noises. Because I think my favorite one is when he sounds like an old laser printer. He goes like. Everyone knows the he's and the shimonis and stuff like that, but I'm more like the ones where it sounds like he's eating like a really spicy Indian curry or something like that. This is exactly. Rarely do you get a delivery that's to your exact specifications. This is one of the few times, man. I gotta listen to this shit off stream. Oh, the camera's frozen. Ashika shika, ashika shika. Oh!
Sweat on, baby.
All right, that one's kind of uncomfortable. Okay, say something, man. You're freaking me out. Stop that! That's the shit right there, man. You don't. That's like a 1 in 100. You get a lot of he's. You don't get a lot of da with the da.
Go with the bear.
Oh, that's... You don't need to tell jokes, man. You could just be funny. It's like he's... I don't know. This is amazing.
Go with the bear.
The top YouTube comment does say, it's like timestamp 216 dies. That's when he goes, ah! And then 217, he responds, hee hee. That's a great video. That's good stuff, man. You know, I'm going to link that to the Discord. Let me see what's going on there. Fucking fuck all. So you're welcome. Here's a little shot of life for you. Hey, you guys ever see this one? Oh, yes, it's available for streaming on Clitoris. I forgot about that part. Yeah, you can watch it for free with a Clitoris subscription. Yeah. You can get a premium 4K rental on Mons Pubis. You can rent it at the G Spot. Oh, Squirt has a free trial right now. It actually, you get it for free if you get a 60-day subscription to Gruel. It's on Netflix. I don't know. So you had to try to land the plane at some point. Stop? What, you're not fucking with Netflix? I stopped fucking with Netflix ever since they distributed that documentary about the last blockbuster. I mean, like, I can't be mad at you for, like, getting a kill, but I don't support teabagging. It's just bad manners. Can you, librarian, can you put an asterisk next to that one? I want to put that one in the Netflix special. Well, the YouTube original. Most streams don't produce a joke you can just excise like that and take somewhere else. A little self-indulgent today. Well, it's just most of the time the jokes that I make that I think are funniest are like chat hates them. But that one they kind of liked. Are you going pay to win in the Bazaar? I saved this for Friday because it's like a bad bit of news from a company. Like when Netflix raises prices, they're like, it's 4:59 p.m. Send out the press release. I'm going to keep playing the Bazaar because I like the game, but I'm not going to buy any of the monetization elements until they fix something. Like, because it just, I mean, A, it's a can of worms. B, like, I can sympathize with, like, I'm not wading in necessarily. The Bazaar situation is crazy, but, like, I get that they want to have a way to monetize free players effectively, but my ass already paid, like, $35 for the game. So, like, I don't really want to, I don't feel motivated to drop, like, I didn't even look at the store, but, like, I'm not really motivated to spend $10 a month on, like, the battle pass and the, I don't know if there's other elements involved as well. But I have, faith might not be the right word. I'm hoping that over time, cooler heads prevail and maybe the monetization can be tweaked to be a little bit more amenable to the bulk of the player base. But I do think they've created like a really special game. And I hope that the business decision side of it doesn't compromise that, because I very much enjoy playing it. I don't think it's cooked. I think it's probably a bad decision. And I'm not going to be buying the extra stuff. That's where I'm at right now. You weren't going to buy the NFTs either? You don't know me like that. I might have. I mean, if I got like a funny, like a duct tape number 42069, I might have retired off of that shit. You don't know that. Also, I'm not pro NFTs, but like every time I open the reward chest in the Bazaar, I'm like, they should have just maybe made them NFTs, because why the fuck am I sitting here with like 8, like steel drums or something like that don't do anything? like it so clearly was like the reward system was designed to be like tradable or sellable, but now I'm like opening the shit and I'm like, why do I even want this? And why does it have a certificate of authenticity to it? But yeah, I'm hopeful. I mean, everybody wants stuff to happen fast, they want it to be like rolled back immediately, but I'm hopeful that given a little bit of time. It's hard too, because the situation is like acrimonious, right? Like the company is saying stuff that is not nice to the audience that has been supporting them, and the audience in turn is not being so nice to the company. So like it takes a while for those hurt feelings to like subside and maybe cooler heads to prevail. But I wouldn't say optimistic, but I do think, wow, they've like done the hard part of making like a great game. The rest is just, you just gotta get like a little closer to the mark, I think. Hey, without getting political, can I ask you a political question? What the fuck is the point of having a strike if the government can just order you back to work? That shit doesn't make any... Is anybody here working for Canada Post? I'm on your side. How does that shit work? You went on strike because you're like, we need leverage to get like better treatment. And then once they started to feel the pain, the government was just like, you got to go back to work. That doesn't make any fucking sense, man. That's the strike, dude. Our government needs stopped. Well, it's hard. It's complicated right now. They do need the battle pass. Complete all stages. Clear bounce ball dart stage. Guys, we've beaten Trickshot Simulator. Possibly, I mean, like, can I just say something? The game was like $8, and I got 47 hours of content out of this shit. That's a fucking bargain, man. Starfield could never. Is that what the game's called? I saw a Reddit post about Starfield, the Bethesda Skyrim. And honestly, the first thought I had when I saw the post was, I wonder when that shit's going to come out. And then I realized it's been out for 11 months. I forgot that it had existed. That's not necessarily an indictment. I didn't play it. I'm just like, I was kind of surprised. I guess it is, yeah, Bethesda Skyrim doesn't really make sense, but you get the idea. Dude, we fucking did it. You know how that's got me feeling? You know how that's got me feeling? It would have been a lot better if I didn't have to skip 2 ads in order to get to the note. But whatever, you get the idea. All right, I'm going to send you over to my wife's stream. Have a nice weekend. And I'll see you, of course, next week. No YouTube Premium? I don't watch YouTube, man. We went over this 3.5 hours ago. You might not have been here. I just don't know how to stop yelling. I don't watch YouTube. First time chatter? Does this streamer ever talk about the game? You must be new here. Most astute Twitch streamer. You must be new here. It's rare to witness a type A chatter being born. Lightning crash. ashes, the moderators dies. The confusion levels heads and go down the new chatter down the hall. Oh, my streamers ranting once again. You know what I'm saying? The confusion levels heads. The confusion is they do be leveling heads. See the glory of the high. The fetus opens her eyes. The confusion sets in and gives birth to the fetus down the hall. Oh, my fetus setting in again like confusion. Thunder leveling heads. Put the fetus at the center of the setting in. Pale blue colored eyes. Confusion sets in to the angel down the hall. I know what you're saying. That's a classic from the 90s. That's a 90s classic without a doubt.